Hello everyone, this is Inge. I'm here with another sort of background that you could make, and I want to make a quick one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a background with vintage papers, and as you can see there's a lot in here that I have. Also things that I've already like cut up in squares, and that's good because that's what I want. Yeah, let's go do some music paper as well. We have a little bit of this. I want to keep it fairly light, so that's why I'm not using these ones. But and then what you need is a ruler like this. This is a small card, so I only want small squares, but you could obviously make them as large as you want. I'm going to cut away the how do you say that, the blank parts, because I really want there to be some interest on the paper, and like a large strip of just white doesn't really do it for me. I'm going to, yeah, that's okay. Let's get this off. Yeah, it doesn't need to be exactly square. You know, no, we can keep this. We can keep this. I need another one of that. Well, let's just see how that turns out. And then I'm going to glue them. And for that, I am just going to use a glue stick, but I am going to really glue it down because I want to go on top with water and such. So to do that you really need to make sure your paper is really well adhered. Now normally I won't use transparent gesso, but this time I will. That's a bit too big. Let's keep this one. And if it's a little bit over the edge, that's okay, because then you can cut it and make sure, you know, that everything there we go. And like for instance here there's a lot of white, I'm just going to cut that off. That's okay. And you can overlap them, it just gives great texture because some parts are larger than others, and or a little bit thicker, I mean, and a little bit of white in between doesn't really matter. This is nice and thin strip. Yeah, we could really do that like here, and that's it's white here is fine. Totally fine. No. See, that's what I mean, but you really have to glue it. There we go. We're going to be doing this one here. And these are all different kinds of things. Do I want, let me do it like this. I want to do that in between, because this is just too big for my taste. There we go. That's it. Now there's a little bit of glue there and not enough glue here, so let me fix that. And I'm going to dry it real quick because I don't want it to become black smeared, and that happens to me a lot. So you know, just want the glue to dry. That's it, just enough. And then I'm going to grab my scissors, and they are next to me, of course. They're always there when you don't expect them. There is a little bit, I see, that's not sticking. Now these small things that are not sticking in the corners, I will just glue them with my other glue. There we go. There we go. Just get this out of the way. Where are we going to it? I think it was, no, somewhere we had a little, oh, here it was. See? That's better. That is better. Now, here I have clear gesso. It's from Finnebear Art, from Prima Marketing. And so what I'm going to do is put a thin layer, and I only have this brush, so that's okay. Just need to brush a little bit harder. I'm going to brush this on. If you this is partially real vintage paper, like this one and the music, but these are not vintage. Yeah, I mean like from the 70s or so. They're reprints. I don't know if it says from which year it is. I don't think so. No, it doesn't say. Well, but this is fairly modern paper. Not like 50 years old or something. I don't think so, to be honest. And really, vintage paper can very much color if you put glue or clear gesso. So be aware of that. You may not like that. So always try a little bit. You know, if you have some, and that's why these strips also come in hand, because you can then see, hey, what happens if I put something on here? Will it darken? And you see, if I do this, it does darken a little bit. See? And that's why I didn't take the dark paper to begin with, because I knew that would be not so pretty. At least not for what I intend to do today. There we go. I think that's fairly on. And if you missed a little bit, that's okay too. Don't worry about it. Let me put this in a wet wipe, because I forgot, of course, to get a wet. And again, I'm drying this. Now, I saw this on the Paper Artsy Facebook site. Someone did this, and I loved it immediately, because this is great for our industrial personas. And I don't remember her name, but I'm going to look it up and put a link to her work, if she has like Instagram or something, in the description box. Because obviously it was her idea. She came up with it first. I just thought it was amazing. There we go. So there we have it. What she did, by the looks of it, is just tapped this on a little bit. Now these are just, yeah, how would you say that? Sort of pigmented shavings, and I will tell the colors to you in a minute. They are rustic cars. I mean, the name alone is amazing. These are from Paper Artsy. They're infusions, colored stains they call them, and this is a bit jaded. Sprinkle on surface and spritz with water, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So there we go. Let's go see the magic happening. And the good news is, because it's still wet now, we can put on some extra. Oh, and you what you see is that they're not made up of one solid pigment, but rather different ones. And oh, look at that, gorgeous. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, it's turning into mud, but that's okay, I don't mind. Let's just see if I can dab off a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of the excess water, because honestly, I mean, that rust is amazing. Let me see if I can move it a little bit with a brush, because the problem is that this is very hard on your paper. Wow, this is not doing what I expected it to do, but it does give a lot of texture. Wow, it is amazing. Look at the crackling here. I think it's because of this sort of paper in combination with the clear gesso that's reacting now. Let me put that there and that. Oh. Yeah, see, that's exactly what is happening. It's sort of like the clear gesso on that part of the paper has become glue again. Wow. I'm just going to let this go now. Look at it. Look at that texture. Wow. It's almost like rust or something. And I think that if we let this dry completely, I mean, look, that is amazing. I like that, guys. I hope you like that too. This is a bit odd, but it has to do with the pigments that in the rust. They're sort of like yeah, pinkish magenta, I think. There's not much left of the turquoise, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this very thoroughly, and the best thing to do is just now leave it to sorry, that was too harsh. To leave it to dry on its own without the heat. Just let it dry on air, and then once it's dry, I flatten it, and then I'll come back to you, and we're going to make a guard out of this. So thank you. Bye bye.